China's export engine is sputtering, property bubbles are bursting, and consumer demand is cooling. Add in trade clashes and a potential shakeup over TikTok. Could China's slowdown tip the global economy? Let's dig into what's happening now. In August 2025, China's industrial output rose only approximately 5.2% year-over-year, its weakest pace since 2024. Retail sales growth dropped to 3.4%, also its slowest since late 2024. China also saw exports to the U.S. fall by more than 33% year-on-year in August. All this amid rising unemployment and a collapsing property sector. Beijing is feeling the pressure. Trade tensions are flaring again. China has launched investigations into U.S. semiconductor firms, particularly over analog IC chips and gate driver chips. The U.S., meanwhile, has added 23 Chinese companies to an export restriction entity list tied to national security and tech exports. This arms race over chips is becoming a central front in the trade war. One of the more surprising recent developments, the U.S. and China have agreed in principle to a framework that would transfer TikTok's U.S. operations from ByteDance to a U.S. entity. Oracle is expected to maintain its cloud services role, while Chinese authorities say the deal is a win-win. Security concerns, data, algorithm, IP licensing are front and center in negotiations. All eyes are now on Trump's upcoming call with Xi Jinping to finalize it. In reaction, Beijing has launched a sweeping 19-point stimulus plan, boosting lending, increasing consumption, expanding tourism and leisure sectors, and easing financial support in weaker regions. The goal: shore up domestic demand as external shocks mount. Key risks: falling exports, deflation or disinflation, devoured margins from tariffs, a property meltdown, and job losses if demand stays weak. Watch upcoming export data, consumer spending, especially in Tier 1 cities, U.S. semiconductor curbs, and whether the TikTok deal actually closes as planned. China's growth may still be positive, but 2025 looks like a pivot year. Between slowing exports, internal stress, and strained U.S. trade relations, the shape of things to come is uncertain. If you want context-rich updates, hit subscribe and drop a comment. How much does China's slowdown affect you? Thanks for watching.